Okay. Well, good to get a win. Made it tougher than we needed to, but good to be 6-1.
Take us through your emotions on that last play and just how you were watching it unfold from the sideline.
Where we stopped him on the 1?
Yeah.
I was happy. Yeah. I mean, just watched the ball thrown and came up short and watched the guys compete there for that yard, and good to get a win. Shouldn't have came down to that though.
I mean, Saquon could not stay in bounds a couple of times there.
Yeah, we should have stayed in bounds. So put it on me, but we got to do a better job than that.
Sounds like even though you're 6-1, that maybe for the first time in a while you're not really happy with a lot of things the way you played today.
I'm never really happy ever. It's always on to the next week. I'm glad we won, but there's, like I say every week, there's certain things to clean up, and this week's no exception. There's some good things we did too. I thought offense got off to a fast start, did a good job again, converting third downs, did a good enough job in the red zone, took care of the ball defensively, got the ball out there when they were going into the red zone, had a critical fourth down stop. So again, critical moments, that was good, but we gave up too many yards. We didn't capitalize in the red zone. Didn't finish the game the way we should have finished the game. So, there's always things to clean up.
Brian, what did you think of how Daniel played?
Played good.
Yeah, running the ball especially.
Yeah, played good. Everybody knows we have Saquon, so it's sledding, tough sledding early. I thought Kafka did a great job coming out throwing. Moved the ball down, scored on that first drive. Kept them honest. It's never going to be pretty. There's usually going to be stacked boxes, and it might be one or two. And as long as we keep doing it, but with the added element of, I'd say, Daniel today, which what do you have, over 100 yards, I think, and then threw for 200 or whatever. Yeah, I mean, played good again. Played, really the way we need him to play.
We saw a rare flash of him being frustrated. They showed it on the film. I think.
Daniel? No way. You did?
We did.
Okay.
Wow, you never see that, or are you being sarcastic?
He's like a cucumber, man.
It looked like he yelled at one point, "Catch the ball!" So you don't get that sense from him once he gets to the sideline. You just saw calm Daniel again the whole time.
Yeah. He's really even keeled. It's been that way since I met him.
How impressive is that, though? I mean, you guys did struggle catching the ball. He didn't get a ton of help. I mean, even when things don't go his way.
I think it's a great attribute to have. I wish I had more of it.
What happened to Bellinger, and is he back?
He got poked in the eye, and I would say his eye looks terrible right now.
Is there a concern there about a loss of vision
situation? I haven't talked to anybody. I saw him in the locker room when we came in. He's back. He's in the locker room right there.
They told us he went to the hospital. So.
I think he did, and then he came back. But he was in the locker room when I got back. He looked like he took a pretty good hook shot there. It's pretty small.
Is there any fractures?
I don't know anything about it yet. I haven't talked to Ronnie or any of the doctors.
Okay.
They had announced in the press box that Adoree left with a concussion. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Check for a concussion. Okay, I heard concussion. I'm sorry, I just heard.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pat.
But he was. Yeah. They looked at him.
How much did the injuries force you to change anything you wanted to do offensively? You got 2 new linemen.
We had a couple of different personnel groups we couldn't get into. I thought Bobby did a great job. Again, Phillips had to jump in, and then Zudu. So again, young players that haven't played a lot of football in this environment, a close game. Went in there. We'll see how it looks, but that's why we talk to all our players every week. I talk to you guys about it, whether it's 7-on-7, 1-on-1 stuff. We're going to continue to develop the depth of our roster and the young players, and they got to be ready to play when called upon.
You had a couple guys today, Jalen, and Landon comes up with a big stop on third down, and then Jalen is in on the 4th and 1. These are guys that weren't even on your roster.
Yeah.
And Fabian probably at the end. I mean, is that kind of the story of the way things have gone for you guys so far?
Yeah, well, like I've said before, whoever's in our building, it's our job as a coaching staff to get them ready to play. It's their job to be a pro and learn how to play, and that's why we evaluate these players. We practice them hard, and if we feel like they can help us, they play. And that's, I think they did a good job stepping up. Again, Slayton early in the game, it was a nice go ball that Daniel threw, and those guys stay after practice, work real hard. It's, good team win, but certainly things to do better.
What impressed you most, Brian, about Daniel today?
Consistency. He's really been consistent since we've had him in all these games. Makes the right decision. throws it to the right guy. He's operating our offense the way we need him to operate our offense.
Brian, sometimes, you mentioned the yardage that you guys gave up, but when you make 2 plays at the goal line to deny them essentially 14 points, sometimes it's luck when you create plays like that, but for you guys to continually do that, do you attribute that to the way you guys are coaching to play defense in this team?
Well, I give the credit to the players. They're the ones that knocked the ball out and stopped them at the 1-yard line, fought for 60 minutes. Credit always goes to the players. I think they're competing. Again, we just, we can do a little bit better than we did today.
Do you have any sense of how bad Evan is?
I don't. No, sorry, guys. I won't know till tomorrow. It's the same thing you guys probably already have.
Anything else, sir? The locker room's open. Anything else for Dave?
What do you think of the turnout of Giants fans today and the impact it might have had in the fourth quarter?
It was awesome. Even coming out before the game, see all the blue, and it was almost like a home game at the end there. They were screaming and yelling, and they traveled well. I certainly think it was an advantage for us, at the end there, and we appreciate their support big time.
How do you describe the emotions at the end of that game and just the way to pull it out?
We fought, found a way to win the game, football game. Obviously, I got to be way better in situational football there. Not even putting us in that situation, giving Jacksonville another opportunity with that much time on the clock. But defense had my back, not only my back, but the offensive back. And, we trust each other, and we were able to get a win.
Did you lose your balance on that play?
Just got to do better. Not going to make any excuses. Just got to be better. That's really it. I'm expected to, understand the situation. I knew the situation. I tried to get down, but got to do a better job of it.
I think you had. What was it like for you to have to be on the sidelines watching that final minute then? You know that you're the reason why they're even in that situation, or I forgot how much time they would have had, but with a minute 4, you believe that, our defense is going to get the job done. But in my mind, I'm just like, damn, I can't even put us in that situation. But like I said, it came down literally to the last second, probably 2 yards. But this team has grit, the team has fight, and, we found a way.
How long do you hold stuff like that? Will you be rid of it by the time you get off the plane back in New York?
To be honest, I'm a find a way to close my eyes, whether it's tonight, whether it's on the plane, play it back in my head, do it the right way in my head, and move on. It's part of life. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have your failures in life. But it's easier to learn from them, when it's a win. But this could easily went the other way. But go back, watch it on film, find time when I'm able to shut my eyes, play it back, has positive reinforcement behind it, and move on.
Saquon, you had 18 yards at halftime, I think. They were on 9 carries, so they were doing what they needed to do. What changed late in the game so you could, you really...
I don't think it's, never want to take credit from another team. They did a great job, but that was me. I was running soft, thinking about the wrong things. O-line was playing lights out. I got to do a better job of hitting the hole. But found a way to get on fire a little bit closer to the end of the game. But I got to do a better job of starting off faster.
What were you say thinking about the wrong things? What were those thoughts?
Just not going out there and be 2-6. That's all. Just got to go back out there and trusting it. We have a great system. We have a great offensive line, great players. They've been doing a great job putting me in position to be successful. And I got to make those plays, and I wasn't making those plays in the first half. So I got to be better for the team.
You ran the same play a bunch of times down the stretch, didn't you?
Could I? We did. Can't stop it. Why not? Like I said, but the difference was I was just doing a better job of hitting it, trusting it. The O-line, especially Mav on those plays, was doing a great job opening up, and just got to do a better job starting quicker.
You said, I think, earlier this year the idea of, a good team is able to run the ball when they know you're going to run the ball. They knew you were running the ball there. Is that almost the biggest statement that you guys could have made as an offense to gain the yards you did when they knew the same play was coming over and over again?
That's every week.
especially where we're at now as a team. A lot of teams will come in, do different things to make sure, slow down the run game. But when that happens, guys got to step up and make plays, which they've been doing all year. DJ's been balling. Slade going up top. David, Richie, all the guys, the tight ends, all those guys, coming and making plays when we need them. And as that continue to happen, and you soften up a little bit, you can get back to just getting downhill and trusting the run. And when you're able to do that, when Calf and Daves and all the guys, the coaches don't give up on the run, especially when you're behind. Having trust in it and them continue to trust it, and for us as players, making it work.
When you run the same play at a team and it works and you run it again, do you think that has like a demoralizing effect on them? They start seeing it and they still can't stop.
I don't know if they realized that it was the same play until probably the fifth or sixth time, to be completely honest. And then we had something off it when we kept it, and DJ made a big play, used his feet. It's hard to. It can look like we're running the same play, but you can run so many things out of that formation, and that's credit to Calf and Bobby setting us up. But was it demoralizing? I don't know. I can tell, when you lean on the defense, throughout the game, you can feel them starting to soften up and, take them to the deep water and drown them.
A little nerve-wracking at the end there for you?
Yeah, went down to the wire there. Defense did a good job holding them ultimately, but did enough to win. Obviously, there's some plays we'd like to have back, but it's a good team we played and did enough to win.
107 rushing yards. How did that? Were they focused on Saquon, so you took advantage of that?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was a big piece of it. He attracts a lot of attention, rightfully so, and then some things open up off of it. So I thought the offensive line did a great job controlling the line of scrimmage throughout the game, and there's some opportunities for us to make plays.
Daniel, what were you thinking when you had lost two of your offensive linemen in the first half? What was going through your mind?
Yeah, it was tough. Always tough to see guys go down. Big players for us and key players for us. But I thought the guys came in, stepped up, and played really well. Josh and Tyree did a great job throughout the game. So, a lot of faith and confidence in them.
So a little frustration come out of you after the fourth down drop there at the goal line. Are you surprised by that come out? You saw your coach was very surprised that came out of you.
Yeah. Heat of the moment, and I wish I could have that situation back. I pride myself on being composed in those situations, and I wasn't there. So, I got full faith and confidence in the world and in Marcus, I was, disappointed I let that happen.
It seemed like Jacksonville's defense made mistakes and were able to keep you guys on the field. Just as a player, what does that do for you when they're making the mistakes and you can extend the drives?
We got to take advantage of them when you get those opportunities, and a couple times we did, a couple times we didn't. So we got to look back and see what we could have done better in some of those situations.
You scored a first possession touchdown, which hadn't done in a while, and you did it by passing it down the field. Were they loading the box early, so you just passed them all?
I think a little bit of that, and just Slay made a good play on the outside, so give him a chance to do that, and he made a great play, got a good release, and made a great play for us. So I think that was key for us to get off to a good start, but we got to build on that and find a way to keep that going.
You talk about building on things. You guys have been able to win a lot of games late. Just what makes your team special, and what makes you guys have the ability to do that, even in a game like today?
I think there's just a competitive spirit. There's a mental toughness to our group, and regardless of what's happened earlier in the game or regardless of the situation, we get confidence that we're going to execute and find ways to win. So, like I said, there's a lot of points in the game, a lot of plays that we would like to have back to clean up and hopefully make a couple more plays so we're not in that situation. But credit to Jacksonville, they're a good team, good defense, and they played well today.
Why are you disappointed in yourself for showing such emotion?
It's just, I want to be composed in those situations. I think, Marcus, I got a lot of confidence in him, and So I think just, I'm competitive. It's heat of the moment. I think you get fiery, you get, Obviously, you want to score there, but I got a lot of confidence in him and don't want to do that to any teammate.
What did you think of the sea of blue? A lot of Giant fans in the stadium today. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, I was we certainly appreciated the support and felt their energy throughout the game, especially there in the fourth quarter and when they got going. So we've appreciated the support throughout this start and certainly today they made an impact on the game.
What did you think of Bellinger's eye when you saw it?
Yeah, that was scary. Tough for him. He's a tough guy. Made a lot of big plays for us, and feel for him on that situation. That's not something you see a whole lot. So feel for him and hope he's all right.
What do you think has allowed you to just perform more consistently overall this season? Like, what areas do you feel like you've really grown in your fourth year here?
I think just trying to make the right decision with the ball and protect it when I can. A couple of them we got lucky today on, and try to just keep doing that, keep putting the team in a position to make plays at the end of the game. So that's what I'm focused on, and certainly some plays I could do that better, and I'll look to correct going forward.
What is it about the fourth quarter that you seem to like?
I think we all want to be in those situations. I think as a team, throughout the year we've created them and been in those situations, seems like week after week, but I think we all want to be in the pressure situation where you have to deliver, and we've done a good job of doing that.
You've had five game-winning drives now. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's the same idea. We got guys who want to be in that situation down the stretch, and we've done it different ways at different points of the year. But ultimately, we found a way to make enough plays to win.
Take one more. What did you like best about the way you played today?
That we won. I think it was certainly the best part of what we all did, and I think we took advantage of some opportunities that were there in the run game. I think we were creative in that way, and offensive line was big time there.
Daniel, does it mean anything to you to get the 100-yard rushing game? I think this is your first, right?
I don't know, but not really. I think it's we took advantage of the opportunities that were there, and some of those were on the ground, with my legs. So try to do that when the opportunity's there.
What did you see on the last play? If you could describe, from your eyes, when Kurt's kind of streaking down the field and then he makes the catch.
Yeah, we knew the situation, that whole drive, our mentality, and kind of what I was preaching was just to keep him in bounds. We knew that they didn't have any timeouts left, so we were just trying to delay as much time as we could. And then the last play, obviously, we were just trying to keep him out of the end zone. I think it was a great play call by Wink, and we got to execute it, and we kept him out of the end zone one again.
Was it because the play call, did it have a lot of you guys on the?
Yeah, that's the play call. Yeah, that's the play call. So that's what it was.
Was there a feeling that it shouldn't have been that close? Down the stretch. That you had to keep him out of the end zone from the 1-yard line. If not for the penalties, if not, Saquon is upset about not staying.
Well, it is what it is. Things happen in the game, and everybody, it ain't gonna be perfect, but we all got each other's back, and that's the greatest thing about this team. We play as a unit no matter what. So for us defensively, we just knew we had to go out there and make another stop, and which we wanted to do, and which we were able to do. So I don't think we played, and a lot of us don't think we played very good defensively today. Probably our worst defensive performance. But we know we got a lot of work to do, and in order to get where we want to be, we got a lot of things to improve on.
Can you describe what happened on the forced fumble? When the team's going into in the red zone there.
Yeah, it was just a one-on-one situation, and it was kind of one of those things where I knew we needed to play. So I just did my best to try to hit the ball out. We've been practicing it in practice. Rome has done a great job with just bringing us aside and kind of doing things like that of practicing on, punching the ball out. We haven't got a lot of picks, so we're just trying to generate turnovers anywhere we can. And we knew they were loose with the ball, so, for me, I just punched at the ball, got it out, and, it was a big play for us. J. Love got the ball back for us.
Jay, what if veterans like Jalen and Landon makes a stop on 3rd and 10 play, Moreau done for this team, and these guys weren't even here when the season started?
Yeah, I think everybody that's came in has done a great job for us with just, buying into what we want to do as a team and buying into what we want to do as a defense. And everybody has been a huge, contribution to, what we want to do. And they've came in, asked no questions, just got straight to work. And it's been easy to kind of bond with them. All these guys are good guys. They're even better teammates, so it's been pretty easy for us.
Evan Ingram hurt you guys early, but not as much late. You know him well. Obviously.
Yeah.
What do you think of him, and how were you able to slow him down?
Yeah, I mean, we already knew. Obviously, throughout the years, I've been able to guard him, and we've all seen him. He's super talented, so it was no surprise. He was really hot earlier in the game. We tried to do a better job in that second half of just being able to stop him. Because he was definitely a problem for us today, but he's a super talented guy, and we have much respect for him, and he's going to keep improving and keep striving and getting better.
Yeah, and on that last play when Kirk caught it, Moreau was there, you were there, Love was there. Can you talk about again what you saw the moment he caught the ball?
Keep him out of the end zone. That's pretty much it. He was in the air when he caught it, I think. It was harder when he caught the ball and the offensive lineman started coming in and trying to push the power forward. So that's what made it a little difficult. But he's a lighter body, smaller guy, so it was easy to kind of be able to keep him out. But once the offensive lineman came and ran to the power, it got kind of difficult there at the end. So.
And you were one of the guys pushing him back.
Yeah. I was trying to push him back. Just keep him out of the end zone.
You guys, you're almost trying to. You want to keep him out, but you're also holding him up a little. Did you see the scoreboard at all? Did you see the clock, or you can't?
Well, we knew it was like 10 seconds before the play started, so we knew they didn't have that much time. So obviously we wanted to keep them up as long as we could, and then obviously be able to get them to the ground because we didn't want the power to get pushed forward into the end zone. But I think the whistle blew before all of that even happened. So. I think we're fine.
You guys were 5-1 coming here. You're underdogs, and you're leaving 6-1. When do you think you'll start to gain more respect?
I don't know. I really don't even care for that question anymore. I'm kind of tired of answering it because it's the same thing every week. We know that, so I really don't care. We don't care as a team. Only thing we can do is keep focusing on what we can do and keep getting better.
So Julian, ultimately, after a very long afternoon, Kirk winds up catching a pass from Lawrence down to the 1-yard line, and you and McKinney have to stop him.
Yeah.
That play must have taken about 5 years while that ball was in the air.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. You see him, that little bended little Panther play. He throws it, I drive it. Honestly, the credit for that I feel like goes to Fabian Moreau. He stopped the momentum of him. I was trying to wrap him up, bring him down. Zay came over, and so that was a key play. You want to get him down. They had no timeouts, and, gamed him.
How crazy was it when all of a sudden you find out that your defense has to defend for another 40-plus seconds when they put that time back on the clock?
Yeah, that's a tough situation. I think across the board we got to be better today situationally and just correct those little things that we didn't do right. But, that's a lot. That's a big difference, having 25 seconds as opposed to having a minute and 5, I think. And so, that's a big swing, and we know we had to really go.
How inspiring is it for your defense when you see Barkley and Jones both run for 100 yards and really gut through a very physical second half?
Oh, I know that. I think this credit for this game definitely goes to the offense. The offense, they made plays when they had to. They really did their thing. And defense, we had a few key stops. I don't think we played as clean as we should have today. But, to see Saquon and DJ play the way they did, DJ had a heck of a game, and that's who he is. He's a game player.
Well, I don't want you to shortchange the defense. You did have a 4th down stop now on Lawrence's sneak.
Yeah.
And by the way, your special teams with McLeod getting that deflection on the point after.
No, that's fair. I think you think of a few key plays. McKinney forcing the fumble down the red zone.
Sure.
That's huge. I mean, a red zone turnover is huge. And then Nick McLeod blocking the kick. I mean, that's his guy stepping up and doing his thing. And then, yeah, the 4th down stop was huge, 4th and 1. Those key plays helped us win the game for sure. And then we just got to clean up the rest of the stuff. So, but key plays helped us out.
You got the 1 touchdown catch, then the other one they had to interfere with you like they did last week to try to keep you out of the end zone another time. Unbelievable, right?
Yeah, unbelievable. I did my best to try to go get it, but, we got the penalty and we were able to get in the end zone, so that's what's important.
Big plays, the big long splash plays, especially for touchdowns, have been hard to come by for this team, but right out of the gate, which is not usually the case for this team, you guys were able to hit one. Tell me about the play. Why did it work?
I think we've had a focus of trying to start faster, and obviously with our first drive being a touchdown, that's about as fast as you can start. But obviously we got to keep that going in consecutive drives. But I think it was just good play calling. We had good plays on, and then that play in particular that I scored on, we got the look we wanted, and obviously DJ gave me a great ball, and I was able to go get it.
How important is the continuing balance of the run game with Barkley and Jones both using their legs in the second half as you guys are mounting the comeback? Because you're not one-dimensional as you're trying to get back in this game again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at first, they were doing a great job of trying to bottle Saquon up, but then obviously DJ keeps it and he busts a couple. And, obviously us helping catch balls over the top helps back him up. And then you start to see towards the end, Saquon started to gash him run after run. So it all works hand in hand.
You came in with Daniel. What have you seen from him over these 4 years of development that he now has become this 4th quarter specialist?
Yeah, I think just growth, man. The dude puts in a lot of time. He's a first guy in the facility, last guy out type of guy. And I think I'm happy that all the work he puts in is showing this year and wins, and he's getting the credit that he deserves.
Darius Slayton, thanks for your time.
For sure.
Too close to comfort there?
Way too close.
Yeah.
Way
Is that
too
the way you
close.
guys?
Yeah.
Is it kind of disappointing that it got? I mean, you won the game, but you could have maybe put the hammer down before that.
Yeah, we just got to execute better in those situations.
Pulls the 3 guys, you, Jalen, and Landon came up with some huge plays today, and you weren't even here when this
that's the nature of this league, and they both been Pro Bowlers, they both great players, and they know how to play football, and I'm happy for both of them. I mean, I played with Landon in Washington, so I'm just happy to be with him and happy to see him ball.
What does it say about you that you were there though when the last play of the game needed to be made? I mean, I talked to some of your teammates about
I
you the
expect
other day.
myself to make plays, so just come in and do my job.
I talked to some of your teammates about you the other day, and they were just talking about how, having you as a veteran presence come in and have to play such a big role is comforting to them. Is that a good feeling to know that they feel that way about you?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good feeling. And, I mean, I've been a starter in this league before, so I'm just trying to bring my knowledge to and help this team any way I can.
Okay, Pat.